You've been working on your grips?
Hey, grips! Look at that!
Working on your grips, boy?
Did a little grip work.
Oh my God, look at you.
Yeah, I did just a little grip work.
I'm very proud of you.
Also, what you call your morning 15 to 20 minute shower, a little grip work.
Absolutely. It's the best.
Hello, everyone. My name is Josh. Welcome to the Chanarand Podcast. With me, as always, is my bearded co-host, Mr. Andy Fuco.
That's me.
And if you don't know, I'm here to let you know. This is going to be a show that burns this motherfucker down. So you have 5 fucking seconds, brother. That's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Burn this motherfucker down, Pookie.
Darn.
Fuck. You know,
Gosh darn it. Cheese and rice.
You ever seen Harold and Kumar, the first one?
Yes, I've seen both.
One of the greatest scenes of all time is they pull up to the I don't know what one of the burger joints or whatever it is, one that's closed.
But not a White Castle.
No, and they're like, they're talking about black dude. He's like, he loses his mind. He's like, just thinking about those little burgers makes me want to burn this motherfucker down. Come on, Pookie, burn this motherfucker down. You remember that scene? It's so fucking funny.
That sounds pretty much on par with what I'm feeling.
That's about how it's going to go tonight, people.
But before we get to that, I just want everyone to know that you can review the show on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, etc. I didn't say is Stitcher still a thing. That's not Google Play.
I've never even seen it.
Yeah, it used to be a podcast thing. I realize now that that's just been ingrained in my brain.
Just keep repeating it.
From years of being a highly successful podcast
like
host.
You say MySpace all the time, right? So why not use Stitcher if it's gone?
Yeah, that's probably a thing, right? Listeners can send us emails and voicemails to be played on air. We have a few tonight. You can like us on Facebook if you're a communist, Instagram, Twitter, or Snapchat if you're Australian. Check us out. Check out the Chanarant store at chanarant.com. Become a patron. This episode is brought to you by patrons, people who spend that small $5 a month to keep us doing dick jokes on the radio and pissing people off.
Absolutely.
So thank you to our patrons, but you can become a patron at patreon.com/Chanarant. Last but not least, invite and share with your friends. If you got people who are sick in the head and... You know, we're gonna need all the audience we can get after this episode.
We're gonna lose a lot of audience after this one.
We're gonna be personas non gratas.
Hey, Josh.
Yeah, Fuco.
You know what really sticks a needle in my herpes sore?
Hopefully a doctor, but what?
when you form an opinion on a controversial topic, and then everybody misreads what you say and completely misunderstands and puts their own spin on what they think you were trying to say, even though that's not what you were saying.
Or inserts themselves into the narrative.
Right. Definitely inserts their own personal situation into that situation and then blames you for how they feel about it.
That's a pretty complicated emotional state that I find you in.
Yeah, I'm very twisted. Well, you knew that, but even more than just my bowels.
Even more than the fact that you've been eating straight Taco Bell for 5 days.
Well, I have been traveling a lot, so it's been a lot of fast food and goddamn beef jerky.
What was the... Oh, my God. Yeah, we'll get to that. What was the... Yeah, it's okay. Let's get through some of the domestics. So speaking of an hour of listening to people eat beef jerky, I want to talk about last week's episode, which I thought was actually quite lovely.
Really?
Yeah,
There's no way.
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I thought you were going to hate it.
No, I thoroughly enjoyed it, but the reason that I enjoyed it was because I feel like over time, our good friend Doogie, I don't know if he realizes that we've infected his brain.
I think he was infected long before us, but go ahead.
I'm very glad that he's punchy, man. And I do appreciate the fact that the things that he will not punch on. Because, the man's got a fucking business to run, which I can respect. Mm-hmm. I appreciate that. We have a business to run here. It's just our business is chaos.
Yeah, we run it well.
Like if you tried to create an analogy for the Piper's Dojo business and why he can or cannot say some things, think of it this way. Doogie is essentially the United States, like. Some things they can get involved in, some things they can't. Right. Most of the time, he has to be Switzerland about the situation. Okay. And Chanarand is ISIS.
Well, that goes right along with his concept of you being a terrorist.
Yeah, I don't know what, and I don't know where he's getting this shit from, because fuck,
it's it's been weeks.
I only remember a few times where I told booking agents to blow their brains out, and I don't remember this whole narrative he's created of.
You threatened terrorism on somebody. I forget. I don't remember what it was.
Terrorism has a political motive.
That's true.
No, mostly I just want people who make bad noises to stop.
Wasn't the United States didn't it become free thanks to terrorism?
No, guerrilla warfare.
Tomato.
I mean, we'll save that for our new podcast we're launching, Channer History.
That's gonna be great.
Premiering weekly on Wednesdays, and it has nothing to do with bagpipes. Because keep in mind, we gotta break out of the bagpipe fucking niche. Otherwise, we're never gonna get.
We're never gonna make a living.
We've already conquered this mountain.
I mean, really, there's nobody left to challenge us.
Yeah, there
wasn't much to begin with.
We've conquered this mountain. We need a bigger, broader audience. By broader, I mean more broads.
Exactly.
But no, I thoroughly enjoyed the episode. I thought some of the stuff you guys got into really resonated. Not just the shit that we're going to touch on later in the topic of the week, which, by the way, it's going to be talking about the whole Ringer gate of
again.
Fucking because
we're trying to put this to bed eventually.
Yeah, apparently it takes fucking 3 weeks to get through one stupid thing. But like a lot of stuff that you guys talked about, like the clinic stuff. Mm-hmm. Which I thoroughly enjoyed, and this goes to like one of the things where it's like people who like really follow the show. I don't know how much I've talked about it, but like I've started doing a lot of the like newbie pipe teaching.
Correct. Yeah.
For the band that shall not be named, mm-hmm. And you guys touched on a thing that I wasn't able to put into words.
Oh, I'm curious. What was that?
But now that you've touched on it, which is like the self-defeating principle of like, well, if I just sigh or get frustrated, I won't have to immediately get back into the thing and do it right. Like like
the psychology of
I just can't get it.
Yeah, it's such a psychology, and once you see it often enough, and you're going to experience this. I've seen it a million times at this point.
I have one student in particular that you've worked with.
I know exactly it.
And it's one of those things where I'm like, all you're doing is wasting the time you have here. Like, you're wasting the time you have here with me to get this thing right. And you guys really hit. It was a thing I had a hard time articulating, which is not common for me. But it was the idea of like, all you're doing when you're like, I just don't get it, or oh man, it's just my hands, or it's just my dog ate my homework. Mm-hmm. All you're doing is wasting time.
What did Andrew put it? You're delaying,
like
putting more effort into doing it.
Yeah, like you're coming up with an excuse why you shouldn't just immediately restart and do it again. Because it's reps. It really is reps.
It's all it is. It's so simple. It's such a simple formula.
Well, and it's not even a new formula. I mean, it's a formula that don't get me wrong. I came into this formula late in the game because I didn't do fucking sports. But I was an art kid,
right?
But
which means you spent a lot of time alone and like
I spent a lot of time smoking pot and painting. Yeah, like it was great. the fact that I'm a big motherfucker just came by accident. That had nothing to do with the things I spent my time on.
Right.
That was just luck of the genes.
Right.
But I think you guys articulated really well. Where it's like, yeah, like all you're doing is just wasting time that could be spent on repetition. Mm-hmm. Which is gonna make you better no matter what. Yeah. Like you can say, "Oh God damn, I'm just, I'm frustrated." It's like, okay, I know you're frustrated. I don't care.
I love the part that I don't love it. I actually hate it. But the part that's so funny to me is when people put on the play for you, like they're putting on the dramatic play of, oh my God,
there's so much fucking acting, and it's just
exactly.
This must be what it's like to be a parent. Like when kids are just like vamping.
Oh my God.
You know, and it's like, I get you're vamping right now. Like that does nothing. That's not working on me.
It's like when Lucy comes over and stares
she's moping,
you, just sort of slowly moving into your space.
I'm just such a sad, poor, dejected pup. And it's like, no, dumbass. Like, I just saw you tearing up my couch in the fucking front yard earlier. Like, I know for a fact you're fine.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know who that works on in their day-to-day life, but it's like, it's not going to work on your piping instructor.
Well, this is the thing. It must work somewhere because you figure if people do it, they must get some, what's the word?
Reaction to it. Yeah. But I would say the audience where you are least likely to get sympathy is pipe band. Like
competitive pipe band, maybe. I don't know about like
just overall. Like, I mean,
know.
I work with newbies all the time. And they're like,
Dude,
well,
if
if I was doing it, I was like, yeah. And if you were doing it right, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. Like,
if it's a band full of like,
if I was
people
doing
like
it,
that,
if I was doing it at home by myself with no mirrors and no recording devices at exactly 72 beats per minute, but somehow without a metronome, it would be perfect. I'm like, okay, cool.
that was the other thing I think we've talked about.
But
this before,
that
whole,
situation one doesn't exist, and you've created a fairy tale in your fucking mind right now. Of
no, just move on. I'll do it at home.
yeah,
I'll do it.
I get it.
Like no,
Trust me, I get it right. I get it right when no one's listening. It's like, okay, cool. When no one's listening, I have a 12-inch, or when no one's looking, I have a 12-inch cock. It's only when people look at it that it gets shorter.
Well, isn't that a law of physics? Something about when something's observed.
It's Schrodinger's cock. It's both. Can that be the title for this episode?
Wait, let me write that down. What is it?
Schrodinger's cock? No, no, but it is. It's Schrodinger's practice, right? It's like, oh well, when no one's watching me, I play it both well and horribly at the same time. It's like, are you fucking insane? Like, I know you're not doing the work. Like, I mean, it's your $20 or whatever. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Well, the other side of that too is
if you want to sit here and play dog shit in front of me while I drink coffee for an hour, that's not my problem.
Well, that's true, but the other point of that too is that the whole point of performing a musical instrument, especially one as loud as the bagpipes, is that you play in front of people all the fucking time. So if you can't do it,
even if you're not playing in front of people,
what are you planning to do with this someday?
Even if you're not playing in front of people, people hear you.
Oh, absolutely. It's the only instrument that you don't get. Well, maybe not the only, but
well, I'm
maybe
learning
drums. But
I'm learning so I can play Mari's Wedding by myself on a fucking submarine.
Right. in a solo submarine.
What?
Like what are you gonna do with this someday? You got to get used to playing in front of people. Like, I get that it's stressful. We've all been stressful. When Jack Lee walks in, I get a little nervous. I get it, but you just fucking suck it up and power through. And if you suck, you suck.
Playing,
the reality is reality. Who gives a shit?
Dude, everybody has a bad day. Last practice, I was fucking hurting.
Oh my god, were you ever?
I was so tired.
Oh, I thought you were gonna pass out over there.
I just gotten back from a wedding. Like, I had food poisoning the day before, so I was literally.
Oh, here comes the excuses.
No, that's not an excuse. It's an excuse. That's why I showed up.
Here comes the play. He's putting on a play, everybody.
It's an excuse. It's an excuse. That's why I showed up and played the whole fucking night.
I'm just saying, you had a story. That's all. You could have just stood there and like not let us know.
Yeah, no, I was no. It goes back to the thing where it's like, if I'm fucking there, why aren't you?
Oh, I get it. Trust me, I get it. Hey, if I'm there playing two instruments, running around like a fucking idiot.
If I'm there where like not 6 hours before I was shitting out of one end and throwing up out of the other simultaneously, then anyone can be there.
Dude, I walked up to one of the parents of one of the kids there at some point to chat or whatever, and she said to me, she's like, "Man, you look really tired. This is probably 8-ish.
That's how you've been traveling for what?
I got off a fucking
7
plane
days
and came to practice.
Yeah.
I didn't even go home first. I'm like, just fucking show up, people. Like,
it's half a life.
God damn it.
Will it be the best practice you ever had?
No. Not even close. I couldn't. What was that tune I kept fucking up?
You fucked up the hornpipe.
Was it that? I thought it was the Strauss Bay too. I was making mistakes in that too. But I'm powering through, man. You deal with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
No, I do. And if you were wondering, I do get a sick pleasure when you fuck up the competition tunes.
Oh, I know you do. I see it in your eye. You're like, we're just ready to point it out.
I don't say anything.
No, you don't. But I see it in your eyes.
All I need for me to slowly jerk myself to sleep later is that that I know.
Fair enough, man. Whatever fucking gets you off. I don't give a shit.
Speaking of which, I need a new Batman mask.
Oh yeah. We have more masks coming in the future. We're talking
I'm sure.
We'll get into that.
But yeah, no. So going back to the thing we were actually talking about.
Yeah, what is the top?
I thought you guys really articulated like that self-defeating fucking thing, and if you haven't listened to the episode that dropped yesterday, see Chanarant cunts riding in cars, which I loved. It's good. Like, it's a good episode. It embodies. There's so many things I like about it. It embodies the idea that done is better than perfect.
Correct.
Which
was definitely
the case. And there was still a lot of good content, in my opinion, in that episode. And I enjoyed it because it was a show that I didn't participate in, so I got to listen to our show, which is when I wasn't.
I know what you mean.
When I wasn't involved.
Yeah.
And it must have been like when you listen to the show with me and Bill, and it's like,
yes.
this
fascinating.
Listen to this show that. It's mine technically, but I'm not even in.
It's super fascinating though.
But yeah, like I enjoyed it thoroughly, and also at the end of the day, despite the fact that it was ad hoc, that I recorded the intros and outros on my cell phone, that you were running a microphone in a moving vehicle, it was still better than the Piper's Dojo long form interview.
Way more interesting.
110%.
Oh God.
So like I'm glad that Andrew Douglas somehow dunked on himself on our show.
No, right? How is it that when you put me in the room with him, or either of us really with anybody, but it automatically makes what they would normally do better?
Because we're usually half in the bag, and that was a stone cold sober episode.
100% sober. Well, he was nipping the flask a little bit, but
he was driving. Wait, what?
just kidding.
I was about to say, no way. That man is. But no, I really enjoyed that. If you haven't listened to the episode, I suggest you go back and listen to it.
One last joke I want to explain to you. Do you know what CRC is? Do you know why I called it that, or why we use that reference?
Chain of Rank Cunts?
Yeah.
No.
CRC is the short for whatever they call it for his band. The band he plays in.
Oh, his local band that he's the instructor in?
It's called Capital Region Celts, Celtic or something like that.
Capital Region Celtic and District
something like that. Capital Region Celtic, I believe, is what it's called. And so they go by CRC.
Oh shit, CRC. Because I saw the thing. I mean, I give you pretty much full fucking latitude when it comes to the edit and the post.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's like he'll probably do okay with it.
Something will happen. At least it's done, and I didn't have to deal with it.
Done is better than good.
Wait, no, done is better than perfect. Come on,
but no, I like that one. I like that one a lot. But we got to move along because we got shit to get.
We
through.
got a lot of show here.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a long one, boy. So real quick, I want to talk about do you want to do 3, or are any of these things related to what we just talked about besides 3?
No.
Oh, God, I know you're not going to fucking edit this out either.
Nope.
Okay, so I want to talk about this grade 5 championships thing.
Okay.
So Pipes, this was sent to us by a fan. Thank you, by the way. I don't know if you want to be named, so I'm not going to name you. But it's a Pipes Drums article about grade 5 bands could win more than the world champion at this September Oklahoma contest. And it turns out that the Scottsfest Highland Games in Oklahoma are essentially in September going to do a grade 5 pipe band championship. They've designated themselves as a championship, which I've wanted to do forever.
It's just you know what's so great about that is they just fucking did it. Guess what?
This is the championship. Guess what? This is the championship and association. If you want to get on board,
which is essentially what the Philip Worlds did back in 1969, whatever it was. Yeah, he said this is going to be the world, so fuck it.
Yeah, but so it's interesting because there's a lot of things.
There's a lot going on.
The thing that is the crazy, and I think we'll probably get some fan input from this after the show, and then we'll probably revisit this. The thing that's crazy to me is they've decided unilaterally that if they only hold a grade 5, so there are no other bands
not even
competing that are not grade 5 bands.
No other grade.
Is grade 5 only. Mm-hmm. That they will get a larger turnout from bands because they're not spending money on grades where people may not show up. And this is like...
Is that the theory? I didn't read that part, but okay.
Yeah, so granted, I may be incorrect, but I'm reading into this a bit.
Okay.
And the theory... The way I read it is if I hold a contest and there's only one grade, I'll have more bands than if I had multiple grades. And I'll pay less money because I may have, if I have a championship, even though I have a higher prize, I'm only paying 3 bands instead of paying a band in every single grade.
They're paying top 6.
Top 6?
Yes.
Fuck me running.
2,000, 1,500, 1,000, 800, 604, something like that.
But it's still 6 prizes as opposed to, let's say you had 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Like 12 or something like that. Or
15 prizes.
Realistically 9, but
like if you had 5 to 1, you'd have 15 prizes.
Right.
Instead of 6 prizes. Like economically and business wise, it seems like a good idea on paper.
It's interesting.
Here's where I draw an issue.
Okay.
It's gonna hit on.
You're looking at it from a games perspective. I'm
looking at it
different.
I'm looking at it from 2 perspectives.
Okay.
One, from a games perspective, I can see how you think this would be a good idea because you're only playing 6 prizes and you'll have 50 bands, but you won't.
They won't have 50.
Yeah, not in fucking Oklahoma.
No.
Have you been? God no.
Well, supposedly their population is almost exclusively.
So here's how I see this playing out. maybe you get a good turnout from a bunch of grade 5 bands.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they travel, maybe they don't, who knows. You will either have a shit ton of people playing down into the grade 5 band, which will come up in our topic later, or you will just have garbage music the entire weekend.
Wow. All right, well,
Like
I did not see that coming.
To put this into perspective, a grade 5 solo is a fucking practice chanter.
Here, not on the East Coast, but
So,
here.
like, the thing for me is like, okay, so either you have an absolute fucking dog pound on fire of mass bands because it's all grade 5, or it sounds good because a bunch of grade 4, grade 3 people played down into the grade 5 band in order to make a little bit of money.
Well, I mean, most bands wouldn't do that. Maybe will, but
one of fuck, really?
I gotta bleep that. What's the time on that?
Nope. 27:44, and you're not going to bleep it anyway.
Oh, he'll be so pissed.
Yeah, he's already pissed. But the other interesting aspect of this article is that as of now, the prize money for the first grade 5 band will, in theory, be higher than the World Championships pays to the grade 1 winner.
Correct. That's just that's just for one. I assume they.
Which
play
also
two
there's
categories.
There's some bad math here.
What's the math? What are you talking about?
There's some bad math here because prize money will be $2,000 for first. And first prize winner of grade 1 at the World Championships was £1,500.
Right.
Which is more than $2,000.
No, it's not. Like, according to Rab's show, he said it was about $1,950-ish. It's just over.
Just barely
I bet you they
over.
picked that number just to say they could. I mean, it's marketing. It's just,
yeah, no,
hey,
it makes
we're
sense.
paying more.
It makes sense.
Still
but,
true. It doesn't make it any less true.
But it's interesting to me because, like, okay, so, like, for example, prize money will be $2,000, $1,500, $1,800. So this is essentially I'm doing quick math in my head. $12,000, maybe, in prize, which is unheard of.
It's huge.
It's amazing.
And I wonder if that's just one category. Does grade 5 have... Grade 5 normally has two categories. Are they paying that in both categories?
I would assume it'd be aggregate.
No, they pay per... Does the Vegas games pay aggregate? No. They pay per contest. So
yeah,
MSR
and
medley or whatever they call it.
It's going to be a solid... If you're grade 4 and you win first place, it's going to be a solid $50 and a handshake.
Well, from Vegas it will be.
It's a handshake for me. It's a very good handshake.
Oh, it's an excellent handshake.
Yeah.
And a hand job from
Fusco.
behind the stage.
It's a UTK HJ.
The way I look at it is they're trying to promote lower level bands to improve, or they're going to accidentally promote a whole lot of shenanigans.
Oh, it's going to be a fucking nightmare.
Especially a month and a half after the Worlds when everybody's shifting bands.
So the way this is going to play out, okay.
I love the idea. Let me just go on record as I love this idea to put huge money into a low level group so people hopefully stay within their grade reasonably well and promote people to work hard to learn to be better. Like the idea, I bet you in their head they're thinking, let's say we get 25 grade 5 bands to come to Oklahoma, which is great for them anyway. But let's say they're like, holy shit, we can win $2,000 per contest, maybe, whatever it is. We should work our ass off all year so we can get to that. Hopefully that's probably what they're hoping for, right? Like if stars in our eyes, everything.
From the pipe man perspective?
From an overall, like, this idea apparently came from the Midwest, whatever the fuck they're called, Midwest Youth
Midwest, yeah.
Whatever they are.
Midwest pipe band.
I don't know who's paying this money or who's...
No, I mean, it'll be the event. The event's going to pay the money, dude. Associations don't pay shit.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's not the association funding the money, but it was announced by them, so I don't know how this all works. But anyway, I'm thinking from the association standpoint, they're like, let's promote the improvement of bands by putting a lot of money into lower levels so they work harder. I don't know. That's
is it weird that, like, and does it perpetuate a stereotype that American bands are worse, to say, like, hey, we didn't do a grade 4 or a grade 3, like, let's put all of our eggs into a grade 5 basket?
I don't think that's what they're thinking.
But then again, from what I've heard too, grade 5 culture is different on the East Coast, Midwest versus West Coast. Like, there's
culture?
Yeah, like there's not a lot of grade 5 bands out here. Like
there's not that many out there. There's way more, I think. Yeah, but Midwest, I don't know.
But, like, I mean, so grade 5 is what, like a 4B?
Yes, correct.
Okay,
yeah.
Which is fairly common in the UK to have a 4B band.
Yeah, hugely common.
So it's just one of those things where it's like when I hear grade 5, I'm like, fuck me, man. I pipe majored grade 5. Like I ain't going to fucking Oklahoma.
That was a shit show.
Yeah, it was a shit show where we won 2 out of 3 contests.
Hey, look, somebody in the chat says, can we please start a grade 5 Chanarant ringer band? Let's go win some money. Dude, we will get hookers and blow. We win that shit. On Saturday night, we win.
Dude, we won a $2,000 prize.
We are going out in Oklahoma.
Everybody's dick's getting sucked.
I don't know what kind of trash whores we're getting in Oklahoma City or whatever, but
dude, you give me $200 in Oklahoma, everyone's getting their dick sucked by pretty girls.
Or Beer Boy Brad if he puts on a wig.
He's a handsome.
Either way,
he's a handsome lady.
Good blowjob's a good blowjob. What do I care?
Yeah, fucking A, man. It's all the same in the dark.
Well, it depends if they shave or not. Like it's a little stubbly on the old, friction and friction. You know what I'm saying?
Then just pretend it's a vagina with teeth.
Oh my god. So anyway,
what are your thoughts on the grade 5 championship?
I think it's a great
Oklahoma.
idea. I think it's great.
I'm interested to see how it plays out.
Super fascinated to see how it all works out because I think that's what they.
I hope that it hits its intended mark. I have no faith in it doing it.
Look at the chat. The last thing.
You don't want no Tulsa hookers.
The one after that. You see the one after that?
Oh no, I don't see the one after that. But that's okay. Well, we'll do chat time later. But yeah, no, I mean, I hope it hits the intended purpose. But it's interesting for sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Don't get used to it, lower grade bands.
No, this is probably we're gonna try this and see what happens.
Yeah. But it's an interesting litmus test, dude. I'm glad someone's doing the control test, and it's not me and it's not my money.
Yeah, it's going to draw a lot of attention to Oklahoma for some reason. Why Oklahoma, not Chicago? I don't know.
Also, they should probably hold it at Roughtail. Just saying, if you really want it to be a success.
I don't know how close they are together, but
what's Oklahoma? It's what, like
state.
It's like an hour across.
No, it's the U.S., dude. Everything's huge out here, especially in the Midwest.
Especially our fleshlights. Okay, so moving smartly forward. Number 4 is you.
All right, so we have. This is really old, but a few weeks old, so we're gonna read it anyway.
Yeah, we have. Well, yeah, we've been traveling around. We haven't cleared the email in a while. Sometimes you just got to clear the fucking pipes. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So we got a show review from the Keegan Show. From
the Keegan Show with the beautiful,
the lovely ladies,
McGonagall sisters.
Yeah, holy moly. That was awesome having him right to our.
How was that the Keegan Show? He was the not even close to the draw.
Well,
for that thing.
He talked the most,
the loudest
for sure. So anyway, Mr. Hart says, "What up, guys? Your most recent podcast with Keegan, Cameron, and the McGonagall girls was your best yet. I think Keegan was the best guest y'all ever had. He didn't let Josh talk the entire time. Was funny and still talked about bagpipe relevant things. Plus, getting to hear Andy fangirl hard over Cameron was pretty great. If you guys make a Team Keegan shirt, I would be all over that. Keep up the good work. The past couple of episodes have been really enjoyable and entertaining."
Who the fuck is Cameron?
The other dude, the third guy, the fourth.
Oh, the Scottish guy.
Scottish guy, the guy with the accent.
Okay,
the one we barely talked to.
Yeah, the one with a little dick.
Well, I mean, we weren't supposed to talk about that.
Well, we played night crawlers in the room.
She said not to say anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry, buddy. I'll edit that out later.
Hold on.
You just deleted it.
Order in the court.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
This is why we cannot have nice things. Okay, and then this is you as well.
Yeah, so I want to give a shout out to Mr. Andy Adams I've been meaning to do this for weeks, but I've been traveling and all that. But he wrote all the drum scores, the competition drum scores for the band that shall not be named, which we started working on.
Both MSR and
Medley.
Oh, dope. Where's Andy Adams?
He's based out of New Hampshire. He travels the entire Northeast, teaching and working with bands. And
that must take him a long time to travel the entire Northeast.
It's remarkable how much he does this. I'm shocked how much he spent. You know how far, like New Hampshire to New Jersey is quite the fucking ways. Like, and he's all over the place. It's remarkable. Anyway, he's also.
Does he have a pilot?
No, he does not. We'll get to that. But anyway,
does he have his own pilot?
Andy was also the guy that I did the Vermont Clinic with.
Oh, dope. Okay, cool. So he wrote the scores for competition music.
He did, and
which aside from one thing is amazing.
Yeah. Well, I did want to ask you about that. So you've heard some of the, we haven't gotten into the medley yet. At least the drummers are working on it, but we haven't done anything with it yet. But you've heard some of the MSR for sure.
Yeah.
All of it, I think.
Yeah, I fuck with the MSR.
So, and since you're ultimately your reviews of drum scores are really becoming quite the hit. Like, I mean, it's really
well, yeah. I mean, I've been known to fix the goddamn drums.
Yes, you have been known for that. So I'm curious, what do you think of his score so far? I mean, personally, I'm enjoying them. But
well, okay. So you've been around when I've heard the score. Was it executed to the letter?
The march was pretty good. Pretty
the
well.
2/4 was executed to the letter. Yeah, and then they're missing a bit.
What do you mean?
They're missing a bit.
Missing a bit.
Yeah, they're missing a bit in the third part. There's not a drum bit, and there should be a drum bit there.
So hold on, third part of the march.
Yeah.
So we're talking like, that part, right?
Yeah, that part.
What do you mean? What's missing?
They're missing a bit. So what they're doing right there? I'll use my fingers, I suppose. Yeah. Or do you know it? Do you know the score?
I don't. I don't have it memorized, but I don't have.
Can I just borrow this?
Yeah, take the sticks.
Yeah. So, okay.
You want me to play it with you, or?
Yeah. Leave me in, and I'll show you kind of what they're doing.
So I'll play the ending of the second part into the third part.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? So and then just coming on the third part. So
and I'll show you what they're doing in the bit.
Right. So it goes like that. Okay. So what's the problem? So it sounds pretty good to me. Do it again. Hold on.
Dude, that's not how it's written, though.
It's not.
No.
They were playing it the way it's written.
No, so like what essentially what they're doing is lead in from the second part. Do the whole last line. Do the whole last line of the second part.
Of the second part.
Oh no, I was gonna keep going. Yeah.
Oh, you were gonna keep going.
Yeah, so you get the like dee da da lam.
Right.
And they're kind of just like, and then we were doing da all by ourselves.
Oh,
which was less than ideal.
So you think there should be another note there?
No. The movement they're doing is, in my professional opinion, as a person who knows nothing about drums, the movement they're doing is correct. They just need to like lag it somehow.
Oh.
So like for us, like for the pipes, like dee da da da, and for them like they just nail it immediately, mechanically nail it. And it's like, no, you need to like give it like da, bra.
Interesting. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna
bit of a smooch.
I'm gonna write to him.
Yeah.
And let him know that Josh.
All I need is for them to play it less technically correct.
So I think what I'll do is I'll send him a message on Facebook or something and just say, hey, listen, Josh thinks you're a cunt. And
yeah, because that worked really well the last time.
Right. You should fix the third part.
When you put words in my mouth and I still get hate mail.
No, I got all the hate mail.
I got fucking hate mail on the Andrew Douglas episode, and I'm like, I'm not even in the fucking episode.
Dude, I know.
It's Fusco and Doogie in a fucking car. Why are you messaging me?
Dude, everybody...
I wasn't even there.
Every time it always goes to the other guy. Like, what the fuck's up with Fusco? Like, what are you talking about?
I was 3,000 miles away. And somehow I still got heat for your bullshit.
Hey, listen. Andy Adams, you're a cunt, according to Josh. I don't know. What are you going to say?
Fuck you. I think the score is awesome. I just think that, I don't know. Was it played perfectly?
I think they were playing it as he intended.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Fucking a bit of a drag there. Just like, and then just like, I mean, get fucking sexy with it. Drop your leg a bit.
Okay. I'll let him know that he should readjust that third part.
Just make it sexier.
Yeah. Hey, but either way, thanks, Andy, for writing those. We appreciate it. If anybody's interested in
getting some dope-ass scores
or teaching or whatever.
I haven't even heard the medley scores yet.
Oh, they're pretty cool.
I'm really excited for the medley scores. Cool. I'm assuming that's why we changed some of the timing and the transitions was for the new drum scores, right?
Bit, yeah. So he also did this super cool thing in the reels, which is a favorite thing that Inverary did a few years ago, and he sort of simulated it in a simpler way, and I'm like, oh, that's fucking sexy as hell. We just haven't got that far yet. So
yeah. Oh, it takes time, dude. It's brand new fucking drum corps.
Absolutely. But so if you're interested in drum scores or teaching or whatever, contact us. And
Speaking of drums, hey Fusco, how many drums we have last year at the concert?
0.
How many drums we got this year at the concert?
Like total? 9.
Congratulations. The new plan fucking worked.
And you know who's not going to be there? ML motherfucking K.
Yeah, well.
She's not going to see 9 drummers.
If she were here right now.
She's doing a dishonor to her father, a drummer.
If she
not being there and supporting other drummers.
If MLK were here right now, what I would tell her would be...
What would you tell her?
You'll be there in spirit. And by spirit, I mean the spirits that we will drink heavily throughout the entire show.
Not on her bar tab, I might add.
Yeah,
which is what I'm very. That's the most sad part.
Yeah, unlike Kelly, Leo doesn't buy fucking drinks.
No, he does. Well, no, he does not.
But that's okay. Okay, so we have got to get to the fucking meat.
Oh my god, we've got so much. We're so.
No,
far
we're done. We're done. We're done with the incidentals.
Yeah, but look at what's left.
Well, that's
what's
true.
coming up.
So.
Should we take a break, talk to the people, and then
we should
back?
we should take a quick breather. I'll put on some tunes. We'll talk to the live stream audience. Then when we come back, the topic of the week, which is dead ringers. Pipe band life's not for everyone, and it doesn't always come at the right time. But with the Chanarant podcast at patreon.com/Chanarant, you can be there at the right time for you and your loved ones. It happens to a lot of guys. You're not ready to pipe band as hard as the Chanarant guys do. But with patreon.com/Chanarant, you too can be ready anytime, anywhere. And we are back. Thank you for all the patrons who were hanging out on the live stream, chatting with us about fucking StarCraft.
Yeah, again, I'll put it out to the real audience. If you're into StarCraft, let me know.
and apparently, Modern Warfare is cross-platform. So if you guys didn't know, we're
about to get into
gamers.
that.
Yeah, so we're getting. No, we're not going to get into that. We're going to get back into bagpipes.
No. I mean, we're going to get into that in our
totally.
lives.
Yeah, I'm game. Yeah. So, Fusco, do we have a fail of the week or a win of the week? Like, what's the situation here?
I think we have a new gag or bit. We're going to call this the try of the week.
The try of the week?
Try of the week.
So,
because I don't know what to call it.
So what you're saying is we're gonna play this clip and then listen to it and then decide whether it was good or bad and then also have the audience chime in?
No, I think it's kind of I mean, we could do that. But I was thinking it's so middle of the road, but it's better than just listen.
Fusco,
let me read the email and you'll listen.
Do or do not.
And I want you
There is no try.
And then decide. So here's the email that accompanied this submission. Let's start with that, and then
lead me in, man.
So this is a little bit of a long one.
This is your fucking brainchild. Lead me in.
So it's a long one. So it says, "Love the pod boys. It really does make me a worse person, of course.
Yeah,
keep up the good work." So about the fail of the week last week. This came from probably September. He's referencing something in September. The Firefighters Memorial Service you got the videos from is for the International Association of Firefighters, which is a union. It does not represent all firefighters, which I didn't really know, but okay. The memorial is only for members of the union who died in line of duty, and the pipers and drummers are either union members or retired members. I've talked to pipers who go to the event, and they describe it as a shit show. Oh, okay. The biggest problem they have is that the numbers, they had over 300 pipers this year and lots of different people every year, so there's no consistency. Also, the piper I talked to said that he didn't see any attempt to tune. Okay. There's another memorial service for firefighters, which is held by the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation in Emmitsburg, Maryland. It honors all firefighters in the USA who died in line of duty, volunteers and career alike, no matter if they belong to a union or not, or which union they belong to. It's much more of a low-key weekend, and the pipers and drums are taken more seriously. The majority from a few pipe bands, all of which are within a few days' drive of Emmitsburg. But pipers and drummers come from all over the U.S., mostly the East, though. I've attached a link. They're not perfect, but you can hear they are at least trying to do the right thing. These pipers and drummers are career and volunteer firefighters and some police officers who generally show up year after year, so they really get better as time goes on. P.S. Maybe it's an East versus West thing. So let's take a listen to this. You ready for this?
How many?
I'm not sure yet. They're still walking by, but maybe 100 pipers and...
It's not bad.
Oops, saffron cloaks. American flags tied to the drum. Yeah, maybe about 100 pipers.
I mean, it sounds like most mass bands you hear.
It's really not that bad.
Yeah.
I was expecting much worse.
That's par for the course as far as like a mass band situation.
Here comes the drums. This is what's...
Oh, I'm an expert on this.
Yeah, you're the pro, so tell me what you think. A lot of fucking bass drums.
Well, I think the person who recorded this had their camera and microphone set to auto, so every time the bass hit, it drowned out everything else. But other than that,
listen to the snares. They're actually not bad.
Yeah, it's better than Inverary.
Shit, I know that guy. That's Jason from Waken District. Holy shit. The drum major from Waken District.
No, I mean, that was...
Hold on. That was pretty good.
That was like a... That was a...
Hold on.
That,
what the fuck?
That was better than some mass bands I've played in.
Certainly better than the IAFF thing. That was a fucking...
What the fuck was the IAFF?
That was the thing we played, I don't know, a month and a half ago now. That firefighters thing.
Oh, shit, yeah. Okay.
That was a fail of the week.
Yep, fair play.
But, like, this is way better.
Yeah,
like,
that wasn't bad at all.
Reasonably in tune.
I mean, for, you know...
Snares sound reasonably good. They're pitched reasonably good. I mean, I don't know. What the fuck do I know? But there's some kilts a little too short in this group, but hey, you know.
And the yellow flashes?
Did not see yellow flashes, but I did see some saffron kilts for sure. But whatever.
Okay, so based on the details I've been given, just by sound, I haven't watched it.
This is
I'm gonna give it a solid 6.2 out of 10.
Yeah, I would agree. Like slightly on the win side.
Yeah. That's a 6.2 out of 10 for me.
Yeah. So maybe the East Coast firefighter guys are just better than the West Coast guys. I don't know what it is.
Maybe.
Oh, well, I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, this dude. If you want to go hard, draw a hard line. Go for it,
dude. There is a concerted effort
in this instance.
There is a concerted effort here right now for me to finish EMT training so that I can potentially just be a firefighter, so I don't bitch about my job anymore.
Well, you'll still bitch in just a different way, right?
I mean, you know.
But you'll make hella overtime.
Yeah, I'll make more money.
6 days a month, I mean.
And I can teach them how to tune.
Man, I would love to see you someday being let's like 5 years down the road, Josh attends the IAFF memorial, and he's like, what the fuck is this shit?
Well, the funniest thing for me is like, and I've had conversations with Fireman Bill about this, where it's like, yeah, like, so the situation would essentially be, like, we want you to, like, I'd want you to come in and do some work with the fire band to make them sound good, but you'd also have to clean the toilets.
Yeah, like, in band, people have some authority.
Like
but once you're out of band,
yeah, it'd be like in band, I'd be slightly in charge, and then as soon as it was not band, it'd be like, you're the fucking scrub again.
Oh yeah,
you're the FNG.
Absolutely.
And I was like, dude, I've pledged before. Like, that's not the end of the world.
Yeah. Hey,
that's one of my several red packet strategies I have to escape. Don't worry about that. We'll talk about that a different time.
Okay. Should we keep going?
Yes.
We got a lot to get to.
So let's get right into the meat. Fusco, what's our topic of the week?
Dead ringers.
What does dead ringers mean?
Essentially, we keep going around and around. Apparently, well, we don't, but
the rest of these fucking nincompoops.
Everybody keeps giving us a lot of shit because we brought up a few weeks ago about how certain bands have brought in high-level players.
As if it was a brand new fucking topic.
Yeah, it's not like it's new, people. And we're going to get to some emails, and you're going to see what maybe other people might feel about this topic. But we've been getting a lot of shit from friends and countrymen and whatever about our opinions on this topic. So, but basically it means that some bands are bringing in higher-level players to play down into their lower-level bands. And I assume in hopes to win. I don't really know why.
I would argue that we're not getting shit for our opinions. We're getting shit for having an opinion.
that's opposite of theirs for sure.
Because, well, it's not even that. And we'll get into this later with a very special game.
I can't wait to play the game.
But the thing is, like, it's like, yeah, I mean, just be honest about your intentions, and like, it blows my mind the amount of flack we get after we do episodes that are mostly benign. And it's like, I can't believe you said that about me. It's like, I didn't even mention you barely at all.
Yeah, you bring
what the fuck are you talking about?
Well, you know how like big a deal it is when you mention a name.
Well, what happens is people don't do their homework.
Well,
I figured out
they respond to emails and rumor.
I figured out the
just
secret.
like we do.
Yeah, like no, but we do follow up. Like I figured out what the secret is. The secret is the people who give us a bunch of bullshit after we do an episode. It's like, okay, well, there's no way you listen to it. If we post an episode and you text me 15 minutes later, I know for a fact you didn't listen to the goddamn thing. Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay, so someone else listened. They emailed you that you should be incensed, and instead of actually going to the source material to find out why you should be incensed, you just fucking flew off the handle.
Yes.
And this is not calling out any individual person because we're the Chanorant podcast. This happens to us every fucking episode.
Every time.
It doesn't matter what the topic is. Like, the topic could be, is Pornhub better than Beeg? And we still get angry fucking tweets.
But never from women hating us for our chauvinism.
No. Yeah, well, you already did that in your last
I know, but
episode.
I'm just, point being, it's just, we get all hate mail from everything except that. It's weird. Anyway, go ahead.
But yeah, like, so here's what I think we should do. I think we should go through the messages that were sent to us based on this topic.
Okay.
Top down.
All right.
If you want to trade off, I'm okay with that.
Sure.
And then I think we should go into a crossfire.
Oh, yeah. We're going to get into it.
Where we defend and attack the point. And as soon as you don't know what to do, you ring the bell and we switch sides.
Okay. Okay. I like this. This sounds like a fun game. I'm in. So why don't you read the first one since I've read a couple so far?
Okay. So the first message is, I don't think this person did not give their name. Okay. So the first message says, I just want to be on the record saying that Andy is 100% on the money, and they wouldn't have heard the episode that just came out. So this would have been part 1. Part 2 just came out yesterday, so this person wouldn't have heard it yet.
I think you said Andrew, didn't you?
I just want to be on the record saying that Andy is 100% on the money on the Stone Mountain issue. What is the point of competing in grade 4 with a stacked band? ? What exactly are you proving? ? Isn't being a grade 4 band about getting better and improving? ? My band doesn't want to compete, parentheses, among other less valid reasons, close parentheses, for this reason. They feel like they'll get smoked by sandbaggers. What is the point of that? I don't want to take anything from Bleep and I are good friends. But man, are they actually a grade 4 band? They don't sound like that to me. Why not compete in grade 3 if you have all these really talented guys?
That's what he's referring to.
Well, I tried to bleep, but you just,
I'll bleep it. But I just wanted to make sure
no, you won't. You won't bleep. I know who he's talking about. You won't
what's
bleep
the timestamp?
1 hour, 1 minute, 18. You got to go backwards from that.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I mean, okay. This is a person who's obviously feels like they got bamboozled.
Oh, this is exactly what Andrew was talking about, is that when you're on the receiving end of this situation, which you may not have meant to be harmful, you're just trying to have fun or whatever. I mean, who knows what the reason? There's probably reasons. We'll get into that when we play the game. But you're hurting other bands. Other bands are like, this is nonsense. Like, it's not fun playing in this grade against you because you guys have this ability to do this situation, whatever it is. Well, that's exactly what he's talking about. Yeah, like it comes down to the point where it's like, you know, if I only have the cheapest Super Soaker and you have the most expensive Super Soaker, I don't want to play Watermore no more. No, like I'm going to lose every time, and why am I going to spend money? You know, actually, no, it's even better because we have a fucking heavy video game audience. Oh, you got a better analogy? The better analogy would be like, you know that kid that like invites you over to his house to play a game, and you're like, oh, well, I'd love to play this. He's like, no, let's play this, and it's
the game that he's just the fucking best
He's
at
great
and
at it.
just smashes you. Now imagine if that same kid didn't play that game, but flew his friend in from fucking Scotland to play that game instead.
Exactly correct.
and then smashed you.
Remember when we were in Ireland and Ollie's like, "Hey, play FIFA with us," and he just kicked our ass? Of course, that's what a little. This is what little kids do.
Do you remember how
they
want to
win?
Remember how mad he was when you played fucking wrestling game with
and
him?
I finally I won 1 out of 7 matches or something. But that's what little kids do, right? They want to set you up so that you win. Like that's not
now and like
fun.
and it sounds insulting that way, but like no, like at the end of the day, I think it all goes back to this. I guess sportsmanship. Maybe?
Sportsmanship.
Yeah.
Your team versus my team, and what defines a team.
But let's get through all the emails and voicemails because we did get a lot of response to this, and then we'll do point counterpoint.
So the next one is
Voicemail.
So let's just break it up with a voicemail. Hold on, sorry. Did you hear that?
Did he just come?
There's something funny about that. Hold on, let me listen to that again. What the hell? Hold on.
Okay, come on now. Play the voicemail. Remember when we said we were going to lose a lot of friends?
Dude, that's awesome. Did you hear that? Hold on.
Okay, play the fucking thing.
Sorry.
Lads. It's me, Rab from the Big Rab Show. And I just felt the need to make a voicemail for you guys this week. Off the back of your Halloween episode. It appears that Andy was tap dancing on the landmine, and the landmine has, well, truly blown up. Whoops, I think, would be my first word of commentary, but the next word of commentary would be disappointment.
I don't think I was dancing on anything. I think I clearly defined my opinion.
Let this play out. Let this play out, and then we'll respond.
Okay.
If anything, my trip to the United States to play with the guys at North Texas was nothing but a positive affair. I had the absolute time of my life playing music with everyone there in the United States and just enjoying the whole experience, learning the differences between the US and the UK, and then to come home and listen to your podcast and find that people could be pissed off about it. Well, I don't know. You mentioned me quite a few times in last week's podcast, and as being a possible ringer with flying in a drum corps from Northern Ireland. Well, for one, I'm only one person, and yes, I have experience, I'm not going to lie. I have played in all the grades, but I haven't lifted the sticks in over 6 and a bit years. So whether I could be classed as a ringer, I doubt that very much. If anything, I was ropey enough at best, given the conditions. Anyway, aside from me, the guy I travelled with, Winston Murdoch here from Northern Ireland, again, hasn't been registered with a band above grade 4B in this last 4 to 5 years. So is classed as a grade 4B player, and it was just, if anything, it was an absolute honour to be a part of the guys of North Texas. I had the absolute time of my life. And this has really put a negative slant on things. To find out that people could have been actively pissed off that I was there, that really bothered me. And I don't know quite what to say. I honestly don't think that one player, regardless of the grade or the standard of that player, can make an effective difference in an entire band. Whenever it comes here to the UK and we see, grade 1 top flight players playing with grade 4 bands, there's not much ever really said about it, because unless that entire band is made up of grade 1 players, then that's different. But I think seeing, high standard players playing in low grade bands, it's not a new thing. It's happened for generations. And, there's a reason why it can happen. It is in the rule book. There was no rules broken. And thousands upon thousands of bands do this. They fly in players. You guys have had experience of this yourselves. You flew in from the United States to the UK to play with Ballybriest. And the only topic of conversation was how awesome it was. Now, my experience of flying over to play with North Texas, that was the conversation. Everyone was so happy to see me, and I was very warmly welcomed. I had an absolute ball. And then to listen to this has really put a sour note on things. My intention was not to piss people off. My intention was to go over there to the US and just, mix in with the piping scene in the US and then discover new things, new music, meet new people. And I do feel I've accomplished that. All you have to do is listen to my episodes of the podcast and, I've talked all about it. But to hear this, it's very disappointing. I really do hope that I haven't pissed people off. That was not the intention. The whole point in this was for me to go over and enjoy the music playing in the United States. I honestly can't see how my journey to Stone Mountain has had an earth-shatteringly negative effect on the piping scene in the United States, but that's how it was put across on last week's podcast. Perhaps this is a topic area you may want to revisit, lads. Anyway, that's just my thoughts. It's just unfortunate that it seems to be my journey to Stone Mountain has ended on a very negative tone. Anyway, hashtag one of the six.
Hey,
thoughts?
Do you have access to like the you know in Kill Bill?
Oh, lad.
No. Stop this fucking nonsense.
Just think that's funny.
Do you know in Kill Bill where it's like the
Oh yeah.
when they're all looking at each other, it's like dun dun.
Oh yeah.
That shit. I mean, cut that in later.
Okay.
Let me tell you how fucking triggered I am right now.
You want to go first? I'm going to defend Rab. But you go. You
should definitely go first.
You want to go first?
Yeah, because you should go first because I'm gonna have to simmer.
Okay, let me just.
If I don't simmer for at least 2 minutes, I'm gonna fucking explode.
So let me just give him a couple. Let me just say what. So this voicemail was after 2 episodes ago, not last week's episode. So when Andrew and I had this discussion in the car, I hope Rab will understand our point much better after that discussion, because that was way more clear and less drunk. But point B of that is, Rab, we were not talking about you. I used you as a reference because you're the most famous person in podcasting, and you made a trip, and you absolutely did a good thing by promoting American competitions. And I have no issue with Rab coming over to play with this band. And to be honest, the other band that shall not be named because they hate when we mention their name, is really not the issue. It was a couple other bands that had numerous grade 1 band members playing down into their lower level bands that created the issue. I don't agree that Rab says, well, one, thousands of bands are doing this. I disagree wholeheartedly that thousands. Okay, maybe he was trying to be like exaggerating for the point, but there's no way thousands of bands are doing this. And the other thing is, Rab, you were coming over as a person who hasn't played in a long time, and nobody gave a fuck. Nobody cares that you came over and played with this band. It was totally fun, and I think it was great for the scene. You brought a lot of attention to what they were doing. Us going over to the UK to play with that band, we're a couple of grade 4 schmucks that played in a band above us, not below us.
You should cut this into after what I say.
You want to go first? But we're playing up, not down, and we got both Josh and I got cut from the band that we played with, and we lost like every contest. There was no question. There was no controversy to us. And I have no issue with out-of-town players. I don't think out-of-town players are the issue. It's the grade 1 people or the very good players playing down into a core.
You're giving up the whole topic well before we get into it.
Am I blowing my load early?
You're blowing your load too early.
Very common for me.
May I?
Go ahead. Bring the volume down before you talk. I like where you're going.
Let me just quickly address the elephant in the room, which is the fact that, one, on the initial episode of us talking about this topic, we only once mentioned Rab being involved, and we said that he was not a fucking ringer.
He was not a ringer. That's not what...
One fucking drummer from Northern Ireland is not going to win the entire grade 4 contest. We said that. I can fucking timestamp it. I swear to God. I will find the fucking clip. I will make a transcript and I will bring it to you. You will have it. And the people that are fucking emailing you, telling you that, oh, this is what the Chanarant guys said. This is why you should be concerned about the Chanarant guys are full of shit. I love you. I'm your friend. I appreciate you as a human being. I don't know if it's like a weird thing trying to get them to trick you into inserting yourself back in the fucking zeitgeist. But at the end of the day, we said very clearly that Rab just had a good time and enjoyed the fucking experience of being at the games. Go back, listen to the fucking tape. If I have to post a fucking transcript of every fucking episode of the Chanarant podcast to get through this bullshit, I will. But in the meantime, let's talk about some other fucking people who are texting me some dog shit about, oh, well, y'all threw me under the bus. Y'all fucking said that you called me out by name. Y'all said that we did this. Listen to the fucking episode. I know for a fact you didn't listen to it. I know you didn't listen to the first one. I know you didn't listen to the second one. All you did was have other people fucking Facebook message you or send you fucking emails, and all of a sudden they said, oh, this is what the Chanarant boys said about you. Fuck you. We pick our words, dude. So don't be trying to get on me about this shit. I swear to God, if I have to answer one more fucking thread about why were you so mean to me or why'd you do this, completely out of context, without even listening to the actual source material, and I'm texting these fucking people back, quoting them, saying, this is literally word for word what we said on the show. Oh, well, I guess I should have listened more. Yeah, no fucking shit, dude.
This happens to us so often where people not only misquote us, but misunderstand.
Wait, should I rage more or should I stop raging?
No, I love the rage. Keep going if you want. I don't mean to get in the way. Go ahead.
No, I mean, I feel better. I feel better now.
It was awesome. I love the music too.
I feel slightly better now.
There's so many points here.
Let me put it this way, and this is in all realism, and your fans will misquote this to whatever extent they want to.
Oh, dude.
But luckily, it's recorded and posted. So if you take the fucking time to listen, you'll hear what I actually said.
Listen yourself with an objective mind. Don't focus on your name and think about what we're talking about philosophically.
What we've actually said, not philosophical. There's no fucking interpretation here. Like no.
What is our intent?
Give me a moment. There's no fucking interpretation here. Like, we say the things we say. And
sorry, the chat is funny.
And they're recorded and they're posted. Like,
it's very clear.
Like, you can go back and check the footage, man. Like, that's not that hard. You can go back and you can say at timestamp 1 hour and 4. But no, it's all people fucking emailing our friends trying to stir shit that drives me crazy.
That's the thing that makes me crazy. People are going out of their way to... They know Rab is easily riled. And they just fucking do it to him.
So let me just put this out here right now.
I have so much to...
Rab, I love you, bro. You know this. Fucking NTC boys, you know I love you too.
Yeah, man.
But also, if you fuck up, I'm going to call you on some shit. I don't think you did. And when you go back and review the fucking tapes, you were not the problem. You were not the people we mentioned the most.
And we didn't.
I understand your desire to be fucking relevant, but you were not the problem. You guys fucking just hung out with your friends and played bagpipes. That's the whole idea. That's what we did. We went and fucking played Ballet Breeze, and we were the worst fucking players in the band.
We were the worst guys in the band. The band was the worst band in grade fucking 3, whatever that we were. And it didn't matter. But I think Andrew nailed it last week. If 4 people makes a difference, 100% 4 people in grade 4 and grade 1 level make a difference.
Well, let's get away from this high school shit. Like, one of the things I love about the Chanarant podcast is it's out there, it's recorded, it's done, it's published, and our names are attached to it. So don't tell me what you think I said, because what I said is fucking recorded. It's out there.
Yeah, it's what I said is what I said.
It's empirical.
Oh, that's great.
Don't make me dubstep, you fuckers, again. I swear to God.
That was a great track. I must agree. So,
Anyway, let's talk about whether or not it's fair.
So, Rab, we were not talking about you. The bottom line is...
Yeah, I don't know how many times I have to fucking say that, and I don't know how many times that you have to just listen to the show instead of listening to the emails of your dumbass listeners.
I think what would solve this problem is what Andrew talked about. If you're on one roster for a year, done. No problems, right? We assume. I don't know that the band that we were talking about had that. I don't know the story. Now there's others. We're gonna get into this when we play the game, and I have arguments for the opposite side when we play the game. But let's keep going. Let's just keep going.
I feel better. I do feel better now that I got that out of my system.
Because there's other people that have opinions on this.
Because I'm so tired of this fucking high school bullshit.
Let's see what another listener has to say, shall we?
Happily, yes,
All
please.
Right. So this is from, I don't know. I'm going to leave everything anonymous because why?
We probably should at this point.
So this listener says, bands in my area are absolute shite. Very stuck in their old styles of playing. The drummers select scores written by nobodies, and the players somehow manage to get worse through the years rather than better. The lack of passion and drive to improve is extremely discouraging and nearly made me stop playing altogether. Until I invested in an instructor and began soloing. My instructor has mentioned wanting me to go pro, but knows that I lack the experience, so has told me to hold off. In my area, the pipe majors nor drum sergeants have ever performed with any notable bands. Drummers continue to use their own handwritten scores that sound atrociously complex. It's very frustrating, especially when you're told you must stay in an area because you have an obligation to build it up. But why should I, when it feels like I'm the only one that pays attention to anything other than our small edge of the world? Everyone else has their heads so far up their own rectums that Seattle has any mediocre player to write scores or lead them. So I recently made the decision to fly a rather hefty distance to join a different band. Their leads are people who qualify to participate in World Solo Finals. They've been to Worlds with grade 1 bands and won. I'm going to guess this is either somebody in Ulster or somebody in the San Francisco band, because who else plays in solos from America? But anyway, their leads are people who qualify to participate in Solo World Solo Finals.
Use your fucking mouth.
Sorry, I'm drunk. They have been to Worlds with grade 1 bands and won. This has got to be Ulster. I feel no obligation to continue to play in my own area because I am finally a part of a band that knows what the fuck they are doing. Maybe one day I can come back and try to lead, but for now, with the people that are currently in charge, my home bands will continue to fail. Thanks, ranters. What do you think of that?
Well, I have some strong opinions.
You want to play this track again?
No.
Go off?
One, I'm pro travel.
Oh, absolutely. I am too. We tell people this all the time. Go play with a band somewhere else. Enjoy some other people.
Because at the end of the day, you will bring back the knowledge you get.
Absolutely.
To your home band, especially in lower level American bands. One of the things that I will say is it's hard to stick with it. It's hard to stick through a band that is rebuilding. It's hard to stick through a band that's like having a hard time. It pays dividends. I mean, at the end of the day, like we talked about at the beginning of the episode, we talked about how, we've gone from 0 drummers to 9 in 12 months.
Yep.
And as far as I'm concerned, there are people who, when we had no drummers, backed out of the band that no longer have a place at the table for me personally. Because, like, shit got hard, you got going. So, go fuck yourself. You didn't stick around and do the work to rebuild this. I guarantee after the concert this year that people will start coming out of the woodwork.
You think that's a bad thing, though?
Yeah.
Are you saying you don't want them?
No, it's not that I don't want them. It's just that I want them to realize that they're pieces of shit. Because they didn't.
So angry tonight. What is going on?
Because they didn't stick through the hard time, and now they want to. Oh, well, now that everything's good again.
Oh,
let me just mosey on back in.
I know exactly what you're talking about because you mentioned this to me before. I know who you're talking about. But
it's not a single person. There's multiple people.
There's 2 of them.
Yeah, there's multiple people.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
But at the end of the day, it's like there's people that ducked out and like because it got hard, because the going got tough and they fucking bailed, dude. Like that, and that's bullshit.
Yep. Well, this is again back to what's your team and how do you define your team?
And I think that part of how you define your team ties into this whole situation with the
ringers.
The fucking ringers, man.
Yeah. You want to read the next one?
Let's see. The Tartan Spartan?
Yeah, I love this guy. Or
Dude.
girl, I don't know what it is, but...
So the Tartan Spartan says, "Hey guys, long-time listener, first time writing in, ... or whatever, blah, 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 cunts. Heard you pricks go back and forth on this topic like watching toddlers in a fight. It's kind of cute, but I'm expecting someone to either hit their head on a rock or poop their pants. We did both, by the way. As a competitor, you have to play the requirements. The game isn't the game without it. Competition, by its very nature, is based on rules. A solo player can't go play Field Marshal Montgomery's hard drive medley for Strathspey Bay Reel contest. Not that they'd want to. That shit is so 2018 compared to the Father John McMillan of Barramadley that Inverurie is teasing our trouser monsters with. So, close parentheses. In terms of rosters, the grading system exists for a reason. Grade 5 is a different grade from Grade 1. Ideally, players from these two grades are of different caliber. I know where you're from because you spelled caliber wrong. Abilities and goals. Open parentheses, aside from leadership and instructors and whatnot, close parentheses. A Grade 5 band is focused on development. A Grade 1 band is trying to be the best on the planet. A Grade 5 band shouldn't have too many ringers or else it stops being a Grade 5 band. Yes, it becomes a Grade 4 band.
If you're not afraid to play up, like where you should.
Think of it like this: if one pro baseball player joins a t-ball team, there's an imbalance. We made this analogy. If the goal is to help the kids develop and quote raise the level of sportsmanship end quote open parentheses or in our case the art close parentheses ... then hey, that's arguable, but also cool. If that pro athlete is just helping the snooty rich kids team win, then it's a dick move. Bring that up a level. When the regular season is done, it's time for playoffs. Is it all right for the teams left in the tournament to draw players up from their AAA clubs? Would it be all right for them to cherry pick the best players on the other teams that didn't make it in?
No.
Read, cunts. Oh, I was supposed to not read that. It said read though. Who is the team? Who was a team at that point? The folks who worked hard all year, or the ringers brought in for the tourney? Rules are rules to preserve who is on the team and who isn't. Societies exist to grade players and bands and shouldn't bump those bands up or down based on who is on the roster and who isn't. If bringing. That's all I got.
So this guy essentially nails it from my perspective. But we're gonna play some more games. But he's right. Like when you get to there's in sports, there's a point where you can no longer trade players at all. 100%, no more trading players. Everybody's done. All rosters are done. So I guess part of our issue is maybe the associations haven't defined the season, if you will. There's no like from this point to this point we can trade, but after this point there's no more trading, which would probably solve that problem. Like there's rules that you can trade one roster.
Are you trying to assume that there's a pre-existing system where you can trade players within a defined time and then they're locked in for the entire season?
Correct.
Are you trying to pretend like organized sports figured this out a long time ago?
Yeah, I mean, there's only $1 bazillion at stake for organized sports. You'd think they might have a good model for it. I know sports ball is like a bad thing, but guess what? They figured this shit out a long time ago.
Right? Which sports ball?
Pick one. It doesn't matter. They're all
handball.
They all
tetherball.
Well, I don't know about that, but they all have a pretty good clue as to how to do this. Guess what? You can trade people throughout the season up to a point, and then you're done because it becomes unfair after that. Which I get. It makes sense to me. I don't know. It's we generally speaking we can trade if you give 10 days, 15 days, 25 days notice. There's depending on association, there's different rules. But maybe
the rules
within it, whatever the season is, if it's
the rules aren't the issue.
February
get through the emails and voicemails, and then we'll play the game.
Okay,
because the rules are not the issue.
All right, so oh my god,
nobody broke the rules.
Oh boy, here we go. So this is from Rooster Cockburn, who's a legend.
Wait, did we do this one?
We didn't do Rooster yet. You ready for Rooster or no?
No, there were just 2 links on this one. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
So you want me to go ahead? So Rooster says this: cock-a-doodle-doo, homos.
He's on brand.
He's on brand. Yeah, this is what he does. So bringing in ringers is all situational. All the grade 1 bands do it. Them fucking band hoppers. Now, that being said, some associations do have what is called a registered instructor, which is, in essence, a ringer. If it's a major event, Pleasanton, Chicago, Stone Mountain, etc., that's etc., not etc. Okay, whatever. There's a huge problem if half the pipe corps is ringers for lower grade bands, but that is where ringers would come in handy. You shouldn't see them at the shithole games because nothing really matters, i.e. just about every game's out there. I agree with that. So straight from MWPBA Midwest, band to transfer. A person who is or was on the roster of an MWPBA member band or on the roster of a band that is a member of a recognized pipe band association may not be added to the roster of a MWPBBA band member, fucking sake, 10 days prior to a sanctioned event, provided that Midwest member band has added that person to the roster in writing, and that written notification and a roster update form is received by the Midwest band registrar. That sounds like a lot of nonsense to me. So that said, it's legal. That was my little interjection, sorry. So that said, it's legal, but is it ethical? And does it not seem to diminish the spirit of the competition? I'd be pissed if half of Shits and Dykes were playing for Sally Joe Rotten. Shits and Dykes head. We're playing for Sally Joe Rotten Crotch Memorial Pipe Band and straight first at the Vegas Games, and the next week come in dead last without them. And the prize was a lap dance from Elizabeth Berkley at the Cheetah Club.
Wait, you know Elizabeth?
Oh my God, this guy. Well, time for me to find pregnancy porno to choke my chicken. Rooster out.
God damn.
Oh,
well done, Rooster. Okay, so I have a number 6. Is that... Because then we got to get into the game.
Yeah.
And also, do you have game show music?
Fuck, I don't.
I'll work on that.
Let me read this and then you find that. So this is our last email in response to this. And he was just drawing up a question, and we can talk about it if you want, or we can just not. But I want the audience to think about what he's about to propose to you. And then maybe we'll get into this sometime later. But he says, and this is, again, anonymous, but he says, "Hey there, buddy. I'm listening to the most recent episode. I'm interested to know what your thoughts are on if a band did not follow the rules, i.e. brought in ringers that did not subscribe to the rules. On the podcast, you said the bands follow the rules are outlined by the association. But what if they did not? Should the bands be penalized?" Let's just leave that as a hanger.
Yeah.
Let's just let that go.
Yeah.
What do you do when a band breaks the rules? And then nothing happens on the day. What do we do from there? So let's just think about it.
I mean, I can say from experience, you get DQ'd.
Well, we did. But we were caught at the line. And
What do you mean caught? We had no fucking drums.
well, exactly.
Oh my God. You know what I just realized? Those guys aren't meeting the minimums. How could you tell, son?
Oh, by the way.
Well, there's all bagpipes, and I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be both.
Dude, literally, I had the president of WSPBA come up to me and say, "By the way, you realize you're not qualified." Yeah, no fucking shit, dude. I have no fucking drummers. Guess what? It's not my job to tell you. It's my job to go out there and play. It's your job to fucking... Guess what? We're not qualified. Duh.
And
we're going out there to play, but we don't want our people thinking we're
that performance
any different than anybody else.
That performance was the thing that brought us a drum corps.
Oh my God, it was ever. Well, that was part of it. It brought us a drummer for sure. So there's so much to this. There's so much to this. So you have music?
Oh, I'm
ready to go. Okay, so here's the game we're gonna play. How do we explain this?
Well, you invented the game, so it'd be best if you explained it.
So the game is going to be this. So we're going to play a game called Opposites. 2 weeks ago, Josh and I had an argument on air where I did not agree with what bands were doing and bringing in people at higher levels, and Josh basically submitted to the point of, who gives a shit?
Mostly just be devil's advocate.
Yeah, and we both had we beforehand set up like, you're gonna take this point, I'm gonna take this point, and then we're just gonna go.
I don't know if you guys can tell at home, but I really don't give a fuck, except for a few situations where dubstep comes out.
Oh my God! But today we're gonna play a game where I have to defend the bands that bring in people to of higher levels, and you're going to play the opposite. And then, what was the rule you added to this game?
Oh, we switch every 5 minutes.
Or when we get at a loss.
Or when you don't know what to do. Okay, so are you okay with me doing like a game show intro to this?
Absolutely, go for it.
Okay, right. Well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. It's a Thursday night. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And the only people watching this program are disinformed youths who skipped school and parents who don't have jobs. So let's play a game of point counterpoint with Andy and Josh. Today's topic is ringers. Dead ringers. Is it okay to fly in half a pipe core just to make your band win a contest no one gives a fuck about? Let's find out today on Ringers. Now let's meet our contestants. On the right side, supporting the ability to fly in ringers, we have Mr. Andy Fusco.
Hello, everyone. This is me, Andy.
And Andy Fusco has a long experience of not being flown in as a ringer because he's not good enough at bagpipes.
I've never been brought in as a ringer.
In the left-hand corner, we have Josh McEachern, a person who has barely been invited to play in his own band. Yep, that's me. I'm Josh. I'm happy to be here. Okay, contestants, so let's get the game going. Mr. Fusco, the first point is to you. Please defend people who think that you should be able to fly in anyone you want just because you can.
So my first point is this. Listen, I'm a grade 1 player, man. I kicked ass, I worked my way up, but I started in that small little band from Chattanooga or wherever the fuck, God nowhere, middle of nowhere, Tennessee or whatever the fuck. And I want to support my band. Like, listen, I came from here. This is my home. This is where I'm from, man. Listen, I might have worked my way up and gotten to Dunedin and been really good, but when it comes to Stone Mountain, I want to go back and play with that band. Even though I'm really, really goddamn good and I might be able to bring up the level of this shitty grade 4 band that I play with. But listen, I support my people. This is my home. That's my argument. I want to support the band.
So I would just say, what about the fact that what grade do you play in normally? When you're out moonlighting?
Grade 1.
Okay. And who'd you play with?
Dunedin.
Oh no! I'm saying you play grade 1, and then what did you play down to?
Grade 4. Grade 3. Sorry, grade 3.
Were you an instructor?
No.
All right, so fuck you.
Wait, is it that simple? Is that what the rules state? Except that hold on.
Yeah, we switched sides.
Oh, sorry. Okay. So wait, what am I doing now?
Hey, listen here, man. You can't tell by my accent, but I live in Scotland, and honestly, I just want to have a fucking vacation before I have to spend all my time just sitting in the cold and wet and practicing with a bunch of people who are getting my grade 1 game on. What do you say I take a little bit of a Rumspringa? Come jam down in Fucklahoma and, get a good sesh on. Why not? Drink, play music, sweep because American bands are dog shit.
So what you're saying is where are you coming from?
I'm coming from Glasgow. You can tell by my accent.
And you're gonna play with a band where? In what level?
You know what? I'll tell you what. Let's hit Stone Mountain. I hear that's the place to be. I heard it's got a good Piper's Village.
It's a great party.
I might score some puss, and I also, will easily clean up in grade 4.
Well, that's true. I mean, it is fun to win, isn't it? Is it fun to win?
No. All it does is continuously expand the void in my heart where my parents' love should be.
Well, okay then. I'm officially at a loss.
Anyway. So here's what I'm thinking, man.
All right.
Wait, which side? Okay. Okay.
We're switching sides.
Hey, man. Do you have any idea how long I drove to this contest?
How long did you drive?
10 fucking hours, dude.
That's a long way. You should probably be allowed to play.
How long did you fly?
I flew 7 hours.
From?
Vancouver.
You flew 7 hours from Vancouver. I drove 10 hours. What band do you normally play with?
I normally play with SFU, but I just thought, the season's over. I'll just come
and what grade?
Have a good time. Oh, grade 1, of course.
Okay. And what'd you play with this weekend?
Oh, grade 4 band.
Ah, you son of a bitch!
There's nothing wrong. It's within the rules. We're outside of the season.
Ring the bell.
Oh, sorry, we're switching.
Okay, sorry.
Hey,
man. There's nothing wrong. Like, we're within the rules, whether it's sanctioned or unsanctioned. Mm-hmm. We took our time. We what are you concerned about? Are you concerned about, like, what, the sanctity of the sport?
I mean,
it's not a sport, man. It's music. I'm trying to get some sweet American tang.
So you're looking for a reason to go to somewhere in Atlanta, some mountain in Atlanta, to get the mountain tang?
Them Tulsa hookers, I'm told, are...
That's a good point. I heard about the Tulsa hookers. They are special.
Bucktooth and wild, just like I like them.
In Atlanta, they are even better. That's what I hear. The Atlanta hookers, if you're into that sort of thing.
So why should I not come sweep your ass?
Well, it's not outside the rules, so I guess you can. So might as well, right? But is it really within? Listen, from my perspective, we're just a band trying to have a good time. We're going from group to group. We're a bunch of grade 4 players, and we just want to have a fair competition. I mean, I suppose that's why the different bands have different levels. So why not just play grade 1 Dunedin versus grade 4 Chattanooga, whoever, God, whatever? Just put them all in the same fucking thing if that's what we want to do. Why, you know what I mean? Like, just why are we leveling them out? Oh, wait. Because it's not fair if we don't level various players out. You think one person makes a difference?
No.
Do you think 2 people does?
No.
I do.
Depends on the 2 people.
I think
if the 2 people are me and you going to Valley Breeze, I don't think it makes a difference.
If 2 grade 1 players playing down to grade 4, I think that makes a difference.
If the 2 people are Doogie and Stewart,
if I had Jack Lee and Doogie playing in our band, you don't think that would make a difference?
Oh, it definitely would.
Oh, it absolutely would. Oh my God, would it ever?
Hold on, let me put on some PSA music.
Okay, yeah, go for PSA.
Here we go.
Oh, here we go. Good music.
Look directly at the camera for this bit. Hi, kids. Here at the Chain Ram Podcast, we like to poke fun. We like to, fuck with people. We like to stir the shit, poke a fork in the hamstring of the establishment, and then maybe grab the maybe not stop with the hamstring of the establishment, grab the establishment by its neck, pull it ever so slightly to the left, and then stab it right into the fucking carotid.
Yeah.
But the important thing is, at the end of the day, we're all here together. We're all friends. We all like to play bagpipes. We all like to drink beer. We all like to make dick jokes. We all like to wear kilts. We all like to get slain by fucking tenor drummers. Like, these are all things that we enjoy.
I agree.
Don't let people who are fucking assholes, not assholes like me and him.
It's a different kind of asshole.
But like people who are assholes, who are just trying to, perpetuate this internal warfare. Don't let them do that. Like, make it a bit. Make some comedy. Talk about these kinds of things, because that is the only thing that's going to fix the situation.
Is putting it out in the open, right?
We don't have to eliminate the RSPBA hot tub. We just have to expand the hot tub.
The RSPBA hot tub may not be wrong, but let's put it out in the open and make sure everyone agrees that it's okay.
I think at the end of the day,
there's nothing wrong with talking about these things.
The most important thing we can do is realize that we're all on each other's side. The only way that we get put down is by people turning us against each other, be it through fucking emails that don't have the context of the actual show.
Just like, hey, why do the Chain Rant guys have it out for Big Rab? You fucking cunts, you.
Don't worry, I'll find them.
You know who you are. I don't know who you are, but you know who you are.
But at the end of the day, it's like, guys, we're
We love Rab.
Strange.
So go fuck yourself.
Strangely enough, the reason that we keep winning is we're all on the same team.
Well, we all play bagpipes. You mean?
Yeah.
Well,
Everybody who plays bagpipes and drums is on the same fucking team, dude. So yeah, I think it's important to realize that this skit, hopefully,
this bit.
hopefully makes y'all realize that the majority of people will try to disinform you. Luckily, the thing we do here is we record it, we post it. It stays there forever. You can say we said something we didn't, but anyone can go check it.
Yeah, it's there. You can know reality, or you can make it up in your own mind if you want.
And we're not anonymous. We don't pussyfoot. We don't fucking hide. My name is Josh McEachern. This is Andrew Fusco.
McEachern.josh@gmail.com. You could
Fuck.
send your hate mail to Josh.
Or ironpiper@gmail.com. IRONPYPRR.
Happy to take it.
But yeah, like we're public, man. We're here. We're in front of everybody else. Everyone else is trying to hide and pussyfoot about. Fuck that shit. You know where to find me.
Listen, my final thoughts.
At least
should we get into final thoughts? Because I have a.
We're about to get into final thoughts. One of the things I loved was I was rewatching Parks and Recreation for the 19th time.
Okay.
And there's the whole bit where Ron Swanson writes letters on a typewriter and then signs his name and then mails them to like Starbucks and whoever he disagrees with.
Okay.
My name is Josh McEachern. I live in Las Vegas. My email address is mceachern.josh@gmail.com or chainrant@gmail.com.
Good luck at spelling that, by the way.
I'm signing my fucking name to my opinions. And if you have a problem with that, come at me, dude. No worries. I will discuss this with you. We will have a call. Maybe we'll have you on the show, maybe we won't. But we will be able to have an exchange of ideas instead of all these fucking people who just hide in the shadows because they are too pussyfoot to fucking deal
We've got
with
a
this.
lot of time to kill. We're happily have you on the show. But come have an opinion and have an argument and then come at. Maybe we're wrong.
We've been wrong a lot.
Well, yeah. Just ask anybody. But if you're not willing to come out in public and state why you're right, then
Well, if you're not willing to assign your own personality to your opinion, it doesn't matter.
no.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, hey, I've put myself out there. Like, here I am. Come at me.
Come at me, bro. What is that from? All I'm saying is just fucking don't be afraid, man. Like, the fact that people are hiding is the problem. And put it out there. Maybe your opinion's right. Put it out there.
Hey,
bring in players.
Fuck,
maybe,
I've had it wrong.
Maybe there's a story that we don't know. Maybe that's your home band.
I stand by this.
Or whatever it is.
Steven, you did fix the goddamn drums. I'll stand by it. But yeah, like at the end of the day, the whole point is the people who thrive on people being scared are the problem. Mm-hmm. So don't be scared. Here I am. Here he is.
Rock your point. I'm right here, man.
Yeah. Fucking A, man. This is his entire job.
I'm here for you.
I have a very fruitful career as a hitman. I don't have to worry about this.
Chanarant@gmail.com. Just send us an email with all your hate or love, either way.
So, Fusco, what are your closing thoughts?
Well, we kind of hit that already, but my essential closing thoughts are this. Just fucking be honest, man. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with the system.
Also, hit the
I thought
source.
this was my final thoughts, motherfucker.
Hit the fucking source material before you write me a fucking email, or I swear to God, I'll put the dubstep back on.
Oh, I'm sorry. By my final thoughts, you meant your final thoughts.
No,
Go ahead.
keep going. That's okay. I apologize. I'm hot.
I know. He's very hot tonight, people. I don't know what's going on, but my final thoughts are this. Why hide? Be honest. It's okay. Nobody wants to have a target on their back. I get it. But the more people that have the target on the back, the less this shit it becomes an issue. If everybody goes out there and says something about the problem that they have with the Stone Mountain Games or the fucking Celtic Classic or whatever the fuck it is, whatever issue you have, RSPBA's, goddamn whatever, the less this becomes a problem. So the more Tom Foots of the world, kick some ass and make this shit go away. You know what I mean? Like, and then there's honesty, and then we're all on the same page. And the haves can't take advantage of the have-nots who don't have the ability to bring in people, friends, confidants, etc.
That's half your Tinder profile.
Hey man, salesmanship, brah. What are your final thoughts, Josh? Are you gonna bring back the fucking music again?
No.
It would be great if you did.
All I will say is I apologize for my dubstep gun moment.
It was so awesome.
But I do get a little furious sometimes. What I will say is I'm just a disappointed parent.
That's what Rab sounded like when he was like, lads.
Well, except for you remixed it into him, it sounded like he was coming.
Well, that's just funny.
But I'm a disappointed parent, which is okay. Like that's not a big issue because I know what it will be. I know what I will live to see it become, and I'm happy about that. It's not there yet, but that's okay. I see people who are working to make it become the thing that I know it can be.
Right. It can be better.
So just think of me as your disappointed dad, pipe in, commune me. Actually, don't, because then all the girls are going to try to fuck me. Yeah, never mind. Scratch that.
That's a bad thing?
Yeah.
Wait, are you going to announce something on the show?
No, I'm not going to announce shit.
You don't want to?
No, I'm not going to announce anything, but just toe the fucking line, kids. Just masturbate like I did when I was your age. But anyway, Fusco, here's what I would say. The Chain Rant podcast, if you guys couldn't tell, is not toning down. And we're approaching 100 episodes, and I think the next 100 are going to be just even more volatile.
Somebody asked me today, is like, how much longer do you think you can go on with this?
Forever.
I'm like, until we get thrown off, until somebody stops us. I don't know. Because we thought 3 episodes in, we were like, oh, we're fucked. we have nothing else to do. What else are we going to talk about? Oh my God.
As it turns out, everyone else had the same fucking issues and the same concerns, and just they were too afraid to voice them. And that's not a criticism. Like, I understand. I remember the system back then. It was dog shit, and the system still is dog shit. But guess what? We're gonna burn this fucking bitch down.